right, here we go. First ever stream draft for Ryan Seal. Best Ball Mania 4. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we're waiting for 8 people. So, yeah, here we go. Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Contest. Best Ball Mania 4. $3 billion up top to the winner. $1 million to second, and then $500,000 to regular season first place. So crazy money up top. Best Ball's been blowing up like just no other lately. I mean, I enjoy it more than DraftKings, FanDuel, all the DFS. I kind of got boxed out of that just with all the computer learning and just sharp people in that industry. I mean, there's sharp people in this too, and then season-long fantasy is great with your buddies and all that, but you can never actually win money in that. It's just nice to catch up and mess around with fam and friends. So yeah, Best Ball Mania 4. I've been doing this for at least a year or two now. Last year I got to week 16, which is just before the final of week 17. Team got bounced, but pretty good results overall. It's $25 per team. Definitely good practice for heading into the season. I try to draft a decent amount of these just to get a feel for what's what as we head into the year. It's 3rd of July, heading into 4th of July here on the weekend, so good time to get rolling. Let's see here. It says 2 more people to go. If I had to guess, I'm going to say we get slot number like 10 or 11. Could be wrong. It's just my feeling. Real quick, too, I got Spike Week. I know this is a little next level, but they have weeks 15, 16, and 17, the team, and who they play in weeks 15, 16, 17. That's where all the money is. It says we're waiting for one person. Let's see what slot we get. Okay, it filled. I said 10 or 11. What do we get? We wound up getting number 5 right in the middle. Okay, that'd be good. Who we got in this draft? Anybody that we know name-wise? I don't know. I don't really know many names anyway. And then I have established the run. Just your go-to fantasy site. This is the Underdog Best Ball ranking. So, you put in name of a player or just wide receiver, filter it through there. So as the draft goes on, I like to look at when I draft a guy, who they play in the playoff weeks, which is where the money's at, and then just rankings to try to give me a sense of if I'm reaching too much. But yeah, it should be good. I'm in my closet, my first stream draft. I got a beer next to me, my dog behind me, so gonna be interesting. Top 5 pick is nice. I'll get either, usually it goes like this: Jefferson, Chase, McCaffrey, Hill, Cup, or Cup, Hill. So at least I'll get one of them. Tyreek has that slapping incident, so we'll see what goes on there. I'll probably wind up taking him even if he goes, if he lasts to 5, I'll just take him anyway. I mean, I want Cup more a little bit with that in the back of my mind, but we'll see, because Chase and McCaffrey likely to go 2-3. So Jefferson, Chase, I'm guessing McCaffrey, and then either Hill or Cup will go to me. So we'll see what goes on there. Wide receivers go like crazy in these drafts. It just is what it is. It's just the kind of players that play on this site, and it's pretty much just the smart strategy anyway. So yeah, I'm guessing this guy goes either Cup or Hill. I mean, it's not a stretch to say that anyway. It's usually how it goes. And then I'll just take whoever's last there. But okay, let's see. Number 5 overall. It's a pretty good spot. I like being in the middle. You can kind of get a feel for how things go. On the ends, you kind of got to reach a little bit. Is this guy going to get timed out in his first pick? Yep. All right, Cooper Kupp. Here we go. This guy's money. You just hate when you don't have Cooper Kupp on your team. Well, more so in like daily fantasy, but all right. So what I do here is I do the star method, the Davis Maddox star method. I think I might have even been doing this before him, but I mean, you never know. Either way, it's a good idea. Just star all the guys on the team that you just picked. These all the ADP guys. This is where I go to the Spike Week tool here. Los Angeles Rams. Sorry for blinding you in the light mode. So let's see. Rams. They play Giants, Washington, New Orleans. So that's Giants, Washington, New Orleans. And I do this because, again, all the money's in the playoff weeks. So you're going to want some correlation there. It just gives me an easier way to look at my guys as the draft goes on. I know this is a little boring as we go on, but it makes sense to me. Winning first place in the regular season is, I mean, it's all a pipe dream, but the big money up top in the playoffs, so that's where I'm prioritizing. Let's see, I'm typing in the dark here, so, oh dear. All right, let's see, Saints, got all my guys here. And yeah, it takes me a minute, but is what it is. I've drafted enough of these teams to kind of know who goes where and see what's what. We're 3 picks away. Let's see. And I don't like to overthink it anyway, so. All right, so as you can see, we went Kupp, first pick, number 5 overall. 3 picks away. Let's just make sure that was Rams. What we said, it's Giants, Washington, New Orleans. I'll get into the playoff stuff a little more as we go. Running backs are going. Chubb last year. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, there we go. It's a nice balanced team. Chubb dropping to 20. This guy's a freaking beast. I love drafting Nick Chubb. I mean, the wideouts here are crazy good too. Olave, Devontae Smith, Higgins. Those guys are beasts, but Chubb not really lasting that far. I think for purposes of this draft, I'm just going to star week 17 just because it might take a little while otherwise. I mean, 15, 16, I'll look back and see as we go. But, you know, just for content purposes, I think it's kind of boring if I just start starring all the teams. And what's sick is I know these matchups already. I mean, I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of sickos who are even in way more deep than I am with this. But Jets play the Browns in week 17. And again, that's the finals week of this. So I'm going to prioritize there. So let's see. I have Chubb and I have Cooper Kupp. And we're 3 picks away. That's how the board's going so far. You can see a lot of orange for wide receivers, like I mentioned. Running backs are going a little bit. Only one quarterback, it looks like, Mahomes. And he did the Kelsey Mahomes early, which, you know, is kind of chalky, but I've seen it last longer than the 1-2 pick. You can maybe sneak Mahomes in the 3rd, but it is what it is. 1 pick away, we're going to be pick 29. So it's Josh Allen, Jacobs, Andrews. Allen goes. I'm not taking 2 running backs in the first 3 picks. These wideouts are kind of a stretch. I might just go for this easy balanced build. I'm going to pick 29. Yeah, I mean, the Jets would be correlation there, but I don't really want 2. Andrews. And I got a stud at all 3 positions besides quarterback. Kind of like doing that. It's not like I'm going to get Lamar here, but right at ADP, now I know I'm only going to have to draft 2 tight ends because, again, taking Mark Andrews is high. I'm banking on him being my go-to weekly. So let's see, Ravens. Just start my Ravens guys here. Again, I'm not going to get Lamar. That stack would have been nice. I've seen people get Lamar and Andrews stacks in round 3 and round 4, which is obviously ideal. Doesn't happen all the time, but it's better than rounds 2 and round 3. And then again, Ravens play the Dolphins. I'm typing in the dark, so forgive me. Oh dear. You know what I have to do? I have to get back to the basics with the lines on the keyboard. That'll help me out. 7 picks away. Yeah, Miami, Baltimore. That's going to be, I would imagine, an absurd Week 17 game. I like hammering players from that game. Baltimore, new offensive coordinator. Miami, always steady as long as Tua is out there. So I'll be targeting that as we go. Chubb, 4 picks past ADP. Cup right there, and Andrews right there. So running back, wide receiver, tight end. I'm coming up at pick 44. So let's see. I pick at 44, at 53, and at 68. So 44 and 53. Again, I like to look who's going to last. I'm not picking a tight end here. Wide receiver. I mean, again, I don't want to get buried. So likely going to have to take a wide out soon. ETN, even if he slips here, that's only 3, 4, 5 picks past ADP. All right. So I don't see any stars. I'm not going to go quarterback here. ETN's the value. It's either really Hopkins or London. I'm just going Hopkins. I mean, as my wideout too, it is what it is. Can't even really star anybody. What they say, Patriots or Browns or Panthers or Titans or something. But yeah, I'm going to have to make it up at wideout a little bit. But again, I know I'm only going 2 tight ends. With Chubb at running back, I'm definitely not going to go more than 6 running backs. It's probably a 3 quarterback team. I mean, it really depends on who falls and what's what. But yeah, wide out. I just don't want to get buried of people out here drafting wide receivers left and right. ETN slipping pretty good. He's kind of interesting. I guess they took Bigsby, the rookie running back. Not even sure what round. Had to be like 5, 6, 7, something like that. But he goes at 47. But yeah, he might have a little competition either way. He's solid. Fields, I'm always interested to see. Fields took him at ADP. Yeah, just took him. All right. Again, Chubb, Cup, Hopkins, and Andrews so far. I'm going to be a pick 53. And the next one after that is pick 68. So 53 and 68. Again, I just like to look 53, 68. Again, Hawkinson to Kittle or Goddard. I don't think there's much of a difference there. I mean, there is a bit of a drop-off. 53 to 68. Godwin to Evans. No. I mean, again, simple 53. All right, we're on the clock. 54. What is this? Pick 53. Any big sliders? This is a pretty efficient room overall. Again, I don't want to get buried. I mean, I know I mentioned Godwin and Evans are kind of the same. Not going Hawkinson with Andrews already on the team. Let's just go Godwin. Can't go wrong. I mean, even if he's slightly overpriced, at least my wideout room is looking pretty solid here. It's my third wideout. Cup, Hopkins, Godwin. Skewing a little old right now, but it is what it is, and old is relative term, but just no like 21-year-olds or whatever, but we'll get there. So yeah, let's see. Godwin on the Bucks. And yeah, I like Godwin, I like Evans. Those guys are my boys. It just sucks that Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask or whoever is going to be thrown to them. That's not great, but if one of them gets dealt either before the year or during the year, that's going to be home run scenario. Bucks are playing. Okay. Tampa's playing New Orleans. And I already got some of those guys, so let's see. Do I have any Week 17 matchups here? Hopkins, we don't know. Baltimore Rams. Tampa, Cleveland, no. All right, 9 picks away. So let's try to see what's what here. I don't like to plan out too much, but that's 68 and 77. So 68 and 77. So we go on here. Right now I got 1 running back, 3 wide out, and a tight end. I like that. Cleveland. So let's look at quarterbacks. Cleveland, we still got Watson out there. Cup, we still got Stafford out there. Hopkins, any number of quarterbacks. Bucks quarterback we're not taking, and Lamar's gone. But again, we don't gotta sweat it so much. If we have to pick 3, we pick 3. And there's positional limits. I mean, you can pick who you want, but you don't want to pick less than 1 quarterback and more than 3. You want 2 to 3 quarterbacks. I mean, that's kind of standard practice here. If you draft a bunch of teams or a decent amount of teams, you'll see that that's usually the norm. Same with tight end. I mean, there's some funky strategies, people going 4 and 5 tight ends, but I mean, it's aggressive. You know, anywhere from 2 to 3. I don't even know if I've drafted 4, but 2 to 3 tight ends usually a go-to for me, and then just fill in a running back and wide receiver. Again, I try to get elite tight end or quarterback, so you don't have to do like 3 and 3 at each. It's just taking up a lot for one to start at each position. When the starting lineup gets rolled out, you're going to go 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, and a flex, which can either be running back, wide receiver, or tight end. So you don't want to allot too much of the draft capital into that. All right, let's see. 68. Again, Evans would be nice just for a little stack there. He falls to me here. Let's see. Did this guy have Mahomes? Yeah, he went Mahomes, Tony. So he really went for it. And he's got Kelsey, so he's just going all in on the Chiefs. I guess I don't knock it, but I like it. We're going Evans here. Yeah, again, you can stack teams without the quarterback. So now I have Godwin, Evans, and hopefully they ping-pong weeks and spike weeks. And again, I already marked Tampa, so I know what's what. They're coming back with New Orleans. Chubb, I got Cup, Hopkins, Godwin, Evans, Andrews. I like it. I've been making up for it at wide receiver a little bit. Again, I'm skewing on the older side, but these guys are proven vets, so I know they got it in them. Okay, what do we got here? Coming up at 77. Already have a tight end. Likely not going there. Wide receivers. I mean, there is a cliff. Everybody talks about all the streams or whoever you follow in fantasy who drafts Underdog. There's definitely a cliff. 92. 77 to 92 is a big difference in the wide receiver room, so we'll see what's what there. Again, let's see. 77. I mean, is there a difference between Dameon Pierce, Cam Akers, DeAndre Swift? I just don't know. It's just such a crapshoot. I could go into depth on them a little bit, but I don't know. All right, so Watson, Tua. So let's look here. Again, we mentioned 77 and 92. Watson's still there. 77. All right, I'm up. I don't often get Watson. Cleveland is an interesting bet. All right, let's see. I'm at pick 77. Not gonna go down this far. Gabe Davis. So it's either, I'm not going running back here. It's either Watson or Gabe Davis. I'm going Watson here. So now I can, depending on how it unfolds, I can go two quarterbacks, 2 tight ends if I want. I'm building out this Cleveland bet a little where I'm just trying to stack touchdowns with Watson and Chubb. And then again, there are later wide receivers and tight ends. You got a guy like Njoku down there, or Donovan Peoples-Jones. I mean, I guess we could just go here and type in the Browns. So yeah, let's see. I already marked the Browns, and I already marked the Jets. Right? Yeah. Okay, so that's the Week 17 matchup there. Yeah, it's pretty pathetic that I do know those on the 4th of July, but I'm less sick than other people, I'll tell you that. Okay. So, also, like, taking guys at ADP, average draft position, or, I mean, you don't want to reach too far. There's way too many of these drafts where people are going to get falling players at better picks, better draft slots. So I'm pretty much right in line with a lot of these. I usually get some value. I mean, Chubb's my only value, like, even of any significance right now. But yeah, so Watson, Chubb as my stack, Tampa, 2 Tampa wideouts as my stack, Rams, free agent, Baltimore, 5 picks away. Let's see. Let's pick 92 and 101. 92 and 101. And yeah, pick 5. I can't really, sometimes when you're at the ends, like 1, 2, 3, or 10, 11, 12, you can kind of monitor the teams around you who are picking at the turns and kind of, make a strategy around who they have taken, and you can kind of plan out your picks. But right in the middle, that's kind of the downside where it's a little tougher on that end. All right, these guys have 2 running back and 1 running back. So Swift's not lasting here at 78 ADP at pick 90. But if he does, I'm just going to hammer him because he doesn't usually go this late. Is this guy going to time out and take him anyway? We'll see. Pacheco over Swift is interesting. This guy will likely take Swift and snipe me, and I'll have to see where I go from there. I don't have anybody. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, like I said, Swift does not go at pick 92, so that's just a hammer situation there. DeAndre Swift. He's quite talked about on his talent level, or his how the coaches view him and how his playing time gets dictated. But what is that? 14 picks, so it's a full round plus of ADP value. So that's money. That's like a no-brainer. Let's see. Gonna mark the Eagles here. Eagles. And the Eagles are playing the Cardinals, which is a gross Week 17 game. I drafted teams, and I just don't take Cardinals. Just don't know about Murray. I mean, I know it's like a situation where it's a bit ambiguous, so you can kind of maybe find some value there. But all right, we're 1 pick away. These guys are firing off here. Let's see. Yeah, good thing I just did Week 17. Otherwise, I'd be screwed. All right, so Tua falling, but I got no Miami players. Richardson, I am such a sucker for. I have so much of him. The wide receivers are toast here. So, let's see. Tight end, Njoku. yeah, let's do it. Let's take Njoku. Let's build out this Browns bet here. Didn't even look at the bye weeks. At least they have different bye weeks. That would have been a little annoying if Njoku had the Andrews bye week, because again, I'd be taking a 0 in week 13 if that was the case, but they don't. Let's see who went after me. Prescott. So I went Freiermuth, Prescott, and then yeah, I mean I could have taken Richardson there, but I'm likely gonna have to build out some stacks as we go, and I'm not really in love with any of his pass catchers as you go on, so we'll figure that out. Get like a Stafford with a Cup or something. Yeah, so went Freiermuth, Kamara, Prescott. Yeah, I mean I like Tua, I like Richardson, but just not in this particular build. And then Gibson, Dillon, P. Ryan. I mean, these guys are solid too. I mean, this is that wide out cliff that they talk about. Juju's likely going to slide. He's still dealing with a knee. Alan Lazard, our boy Pat Carrain, put it so elegantly that he's basically just a offensive lineman, or he works as that in their system, the blocker type, all that. But Rodgers does love him. I like Lazard too. It's just, it is what it is. Beckham coming off injury, kind of washed. Sky Moore jumping up quite a bit. So, yeah, it's just nice now because I got the 1-2-4-2, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 4 wide out, 2 tight end. I don't normally take 2 tight ends this early, especially with Andrews, but now I'm officially done with the position, which is nice. I got him basically at EDP. Right now I have the Watson, Chubb, and Njoku stack. And then if I take a look here, and I want to look at the Jets bring back, it's going to be pretty ugly. Lazard's not going to last. Conklin, I'm not taking any tight ends. Hardman, I mean, it's just kind of dusty. Corey Davis might not even be on the team. So we're not going to get any week 17 correlation there. But let's see. Sorry for the blinding. Cleveland Browns play Bears and Houston. So Bears in week 15, Houston week 16. I'm done at tight end. So that's off the board. We're at pick 116. Tua is sliding crazy. I don't have Waddle. I don't have Hill. 104 P. Ryan. I just never get P. Ryan. And, I mean, sometimes you just got to take the value. It is what it is. Otherwise, I mean, where were we at? The big value was Tua, and then Moore, Penny, Jones, A-Chain. And, I could have taken Penny. Recently, I did take a team with Swift. I think it was Swift, A.J. Dillon, Penny were my first 3 running backs. But I didn't want to repeat that. Plus, this P. Ryan value is nice. So, and he's solid, especially if Javonte Williams is going to be out for a little bit. So, let's see. Broncos. Broncos are playing the Chargers week 17. Freaking love the Chargers. Didn't get any of them on this team just yet, but you never know. Well, again, I don't think we're getting any of them now that this is all that's left, but it is what it is. I can always backdoor some week 17 stuff. So, all right, this draft definitely popping off with the speed. Wow, Tua, this is kind of absurd. Jeez. Let's see here. Dolphins. All right, well, this is going to be a scramble pick here. I do not know who to take. Denver. I mean, Zay Jones, whatever. Let's just do it. This is just an absurd. I mean, we got to punish the Miami drafter for not taking Tua that far off. I mean, was it McKinnon and Collins went? Who are my wideouts right now? Kupp, Hopkins, Godwin, Evans. I mean, I'm not in love with Zay Jones, Nico Collins, all these guys. I mean, the wideouts are definitely popping off. So this is where I'm going to I'm going to go for a guy like Robbie Chosen Anderson, whatever the hell his name is. He's going to go late. I'm going to make sure I get him, though, because Tua went 34 picks past ADP. I don't know what the Dolphins, what the Hill or the Waddle drafter's doing. I'm glad that these guys have different buys again. That's something you always got to monitor. But now I'm done at quarterback because I took 2 in the first, 11 rounds. I mean, these guys are steady. All right, let me log this Dolphins in here. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Plus, I didn't love. I mean, that's always such a murky area of the draft. And yeah, on the plus side, like I mentioned, I do have Mark Andrews, the bring back, which is kind of nice. It's like an added bonus. So if I get one of Miami, I mean, he's got running backs or, Anderson, like I said. So we'll see. But I like that. I mean, that's just a crazy, crazy drop for Tua. All right, we're done at quarterback and tight end. I mean, don't need to look there. So let's see. Kendre Miller's been my guy. Wide receiver, I am really waiting on wide out, which is kind of burying me, but I'll make up for it with these 2 and 2 at the onesie positions. I just love Kendre Miller. This rookie looks like a freaking stud. Kamara's gonna be suspended most likely, and Jamal Williams is there, but rookies are nice. This guy's tape looks clean. He looks shifty, and he's got like a decent build too. I think he could score some TDs. So, and it's another Tampa bring back. So week 17 popping off a little bit here. I know I already have New Orleans and Tampa starred. So right now, through 12, 2-4-4-2. Definitely usually. Again, I know I have more wideouts than this generally, but some of the ADP value has dictated otherwise. Watson, Tua, Chubb, Swift, Samaje Perine, Kendre Miller, Kupp, Hopkins, Godwin, Evans, and then Andrews and Njoku. This is definitely a unique build. Again, I am done at quarterback, tight end. I just like to look at who's sliding. 149. Russ is definitely a value. Otherwise, I won't be too burnt by it. I hope Russ goes just because I do have Perine, so that would be kind of annoying. But he didn't go. Do I dare? All right, let's see. Pierce, Johnson, Osborne, Chark, Mims. I mean, maybe I just go Russ again. This is just such an ugly part of the board. I'm going to draft Russ. This is going quite off structure, but these values are kind of crazy. What is that? 17 picks of ADP value. This draft is mad weird. I do have correlation there with Perine. 3 different quarterbacks. I invested a lot in quarterback. These running backs, all right, so I'm definitely stopping at 3, like we mentioned. Tight end, I'm done. So my onesie positions are done. Running backs, I got Chubb, Swift, Perine, Miller. It's pretty nice. I could probably stop at 5 there. So what would that be? 3 and 5 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So that would be 3, 5, 8, 2. Yeah. 5 and 8 is 13, 14, 15, plus 3 is 18. All right, so let's see. Pretty wild draft. I don't normally go this route, but trying to capitalize on some of this. I mean, we mentioned early on in the draft, I did not have a lot of ADP value, and here I am with Tua at 30 some odd picks. Wilson nearly 20 picks later, so the quarterbacks just really fell. Swift with a great value. Perine a great value. All right, 5 away. Like I said, quarterback and tight end, we're done here. Like, regardless of what kind of ADP value slide, we're done on this. So, we go running backs, and we go wideouts. Mims and DPJ are the targets for our stacks here. Really hope I don't get sniped on either one of them. Well, I will get sniped on one of them. I just hope that Mims or DPJ, one of them lasts. Got 2 picks to go. As long as these 2 guys don't take both of them, I should be straight. Okay. Mims or DPJ. Likely go Mims because I only have Russ with P. Ryan, and then I already have Watson with Chubb and Njoku. So Marvin Mims, rookie wide receiver, has been talked up quite a bit by some of the sharp guys in the community. Sean Payton, I think that was his first ever draft pick as a member of the Broncos front office, so we like that. And it validates the Russ pick a bit, which is nice. Because again, we have our quarterbacks stacked up. Tua. Again, we have to remember that I do want Anderson on the back end of this. What I say, 3-5-8-2. 3-5-8-2. So 173. Yeah, not going to get burnt on the quarterback and the tight end. So, I mean, I like this range of wideout here. The running backs are going, and again, I only need one more running back. Chubb, Swift, P. Ryan, Miller. I mean, that's enough draft capital for the... Well, what am I in? I'm through 14. I'm about to take 15, but 15 rounds. DPJ would be a gift. Otherwise, I do like Shaheed to build out my New Orleans-Tampa bet, and then Washington plays San Fran, but I like Washington and Samuel regardless. Give me DPJ, though. That would be nice. This guy's got 6 running backs, so he's not going running back. He needs a tight end. He went Shakir. Wow, it's a weird draft. DPJ. This is working out nicely. All right. That was a no-brainer pick. Build out on the stack. Again, you got Watson, right? And then you got Chubb. And then you got DPJ. And you got Njoku. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end stack, which is really nice. Good value there. Tua is a TBD situation, but we do have Mark Andrews on the bring back. And then Russ Wilson with P. Ryan, who was at a good value. And we got Mims on the fall, which is nice. You look at these wideouts: Kupp, Hopkins, Godwin, Evans, Mims, DPJ. Glad we got Mims, the only rookie. Well, no, I'm sorry, we got Kendra Miller too. So I told you we would make up for that. Definitely going to always find the young guys at some point. Okay. 16, 17, 18. 3 picks to go. 3 picks to go. Again, tight ends, got 2. We're done there. The buys are good. Quarterbacks, 3 different buys. Not taking more than 3 quarterbacks. It's pretty wild that I took 3 in the first place with this kind of build, but it is what it is. Chubb, Swift, P. Ryan, Miller. And then wide receiver, Kupp, Hopkins, Godwin, Evans, Mims, DPJ. On the Week 17 bringbacks, Cleveland, I don't have any Jets. Miami and Baltimore's 1. Denver Chargers, no. Cleveland, no. Philly, no. New Orleans, Tampa's 2. So I have 2 official ones right now. I don't know where Hopkins is going. I usually like it to have anywhere from 2 to 4 Week 17 bringbacks, which, again, I know is kind of next level speak and all that, but it's obviously part of the discussion in the best ball street. So Juwan Johnson's a slider here. Otherwise, it is what it is. I mean, I can't really be too concerned about that. All right. So I'm up. Dolphins bet would be nice. Let's see. Parker Woods. Anderson's going to last. CPET, Hunt. Pierre Strong, Fournette. All right, so let's see these wideouts. No. This Tim Patrick bet. I got 6. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to really make sure I capitalize on this Russ pick. I think that's the right move. I like Jeff Wilson a lot, but there's just more running backs down the line. Plus, I only need one more. And I know I'm going to take Anderson in the last pick. Well, either way, I'll take Anderson or a running back in the last 2 picks. This guy's still here, right? Nobody's taking this freaking guy. Okay. Yeah, I think Tim Patrick is the first time I've taken him all year. And he's like right at ADP. He's been kind of boosted up with some recent comments lately, but now I'm confident that I have a lot of stack options here, which is nice. All right. 2 picks to go. 17-18. Done at quarterback and tight end. That's fine. God, Fournette. I've just been taking so much Fournette. I think he's going to last here. I mean, again, I'd rather take Fournette here and Anderson late. I know there's guys, what's this, running backs like Hunt, CPAT, Strong. I've just been taking so much Fournette. This guy's going to land on like the Patriots or the Chiefs or the Bengals and then just blast up draft board. So all the Leonard Fournette to round out my running back room. What do you think? I mean, Swift catches passes, Pirine catches passes, Chubb maybe catching more. But these guys will score touchdowns. Chubb is a bully, Swift and Pirine there, Kendre on the rookie upside, and Fournette, the classic old free agent vet, and just falling into the end zone somewhere. And yeah, I'm just going to sit here and hopefully not get sniped on this guy, but in the case I do, all right, because that makes sense. I'm 11 picks away. Again, I have Watson, to Chubb, DPJ, and Njoku. Tua with nobody but a Mark Andrews bringback. Russ Wilson, I like how that unfolded to Pirine. And then I got Mims and Tim Patrick late. Those are just late stacks, which is nice. Yeah, that's solid. Again, Watson, Tua, Russ in the quarterback room. Chubb, Swift, Pirine, Kendre, Fournette in the running back room. Kupp, Hopkins, Godwin, Evans, Mims, DPJ, Patrick in the wideouts. And then Andrews and Njoku, the tight ends. All right, so let's see. I mean, if I get sniped on chosen Robbie chosen Anderson, that's gonna burn. But we'll have a backup if we do. So let's see. Got like Cedric Tillman with the Browns. Just look for my star guys. It's getting bleak. I mean, Hardman, like we said, would be a bring back. It's probably the move. 5 picks away. I highly doubt both Hardman and Anderson are going to go. So we'll see. But we'll put them in the queue. 2 picks away. It's either chosen or Hardman. Okay, yeah, we'll be good to go. Yeah, I like the team. It's going to be a 3-5-8-2, which is nice. Again, I mentioned 8 wideouts. You rarely don't want any more than 8 or 9 anyway. And I got a little buried, but made up for it. Took like a detour with the quarterback. But the value, overall, I think it balanced out quite nicely. So we'll see if Anderson hits. I mean, who are the other wideouts on this team? Berrios, Wilson. it's either Hill or Waddle, right? And then Anderson, Berrios, Wilson. I don't know. This guy just has the most proven track record, and he's kind of still a burner, so I like it. That's the team. 3-5-8-2 from the 5. I thought that was fun. Well, first streamed draft of the year here on July 3rd. Get into the mix a little bit, but yeah, that was good. Late rounds are always funky, just so many dart throw names, but at least I correlated my last round pick. And who was prior to that? Fournette too. I mean, he's gonna shoot up the board a bit, so I think that's solid overall. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 wideouts in the first 7 rounds, kind of a rule of thumb there, with a running back and a tight end detour. Quarterback as well. Late rounds. Yeah, late rounds I really did make up for it at wideout. I normally don't build like that, but I don't know, I like the team. Well, that was fun. Have to do that again. Crazy how ADPs do fluctuate throughout the offseason, so I'll just see how it goes. But yeah, again, final team: Cooper Kupp in the first, Nick Chubb at 2, Mark Andrews at 3, DeAndre Hopkins at 4, Chris Godwin at 5, Mike Evans at 6, Deshaun Watson at 7, DeAndre Swift at 8, David Njoku at 9, Samaje Perine at 10, Tua at 11, who fell quite a bit, Kendre Miller at 12, Ross Wilson, who fell quite a bit at 13, Marvin Mims, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Tim Patrick. I liked this trio of wideouts late. Just correlation late. Wasn't really much ADP value, but it just lined up nicely. And then Fournette and Anderson to top it off. So, fun team. Like I said, I'll do this again, but thanks for watching.